Spiel, baby. Oh, come on. We got a little gossip today. We got a little tea today. What's going on, everybody? Let's take a picture of, let's take a snapshot of black love. I'm about to go style the braids up a little bit, so don't get crazy. I haven't lost it. I'm not going completely off the reservation, but I want to talk to you today about Simon Guobadia and Porsha Williams. Porsha filed divorce from her African billionaire king. Her African billionaire king. The audacity of these broads. Now, I put this on my Facebook and people are like, he's not a billionaire, he's a scammer. He was scamming people out of their money. Listen, man. First of all, let me clear my Nigerian brother's name. Let me clear this man's name, first and foremost, okay? Number one, he pled guilty in 1987. 1987. Most of you cats weren't even around. 1987, he pled guilty to felony bank fraud and credit card fraud. Over what? Over using a different African name. That's what it is. The brother, anybody from Africa? Some of them brothers got a few different names. He's using different names. I have baby mama. One of my baby mamas she's from Ethiopia. Talked about her the other day. Now this girl, her actual name is her father's first name. But the name that she uses is her middle name. So the name that we're calling her is a middle name, but it's not her first name. And it's actually her third name. And her family calls her her second name. This chick can have all kind of different IDs. Okay? So a lot of these folks, a lot of times, sometimes they get called by different names. And sometimes these credit card companies and these banks allow them to open up things in names that are slightly different than the other name. Is it fraud? Yeah. Is he a scammer? Not by what we're taking a look at. This brother runs a petroleum business, providing petroleum to United States in Atlanta. That's his actual business. He is not scamming anybody to get any money. He is running a petroleum business. The brother's doing pretty well. He's had 5 children. You're telling me, listen, I don't know about no scammer who's got 5 kids. He got about 3 wives. All these people running on scam money. You know what I'm saying? All these people running on scam money. The man is running a legitimate business, and Porsha did not do her so-called due diligence looking to see whether or not where all that money was coming from. She saw an African billionaire and she ran for the bank. Period. And now all of a sudden that the brother didn't get his American citizenship, all of a sudden, he's under some level of scrutiny. You running for the hills? Back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta as a single woman? Girl, get out of here. Get out of here. You an old bandit. You more of a bandit than him. You are more, and I used to love me some Porsha Williams. I love that little dingbat. I remember when I watched the first season, and she was like, what kind of trains did they have in the Underground Railroad? She was like, they were like, what did you just say? She said, yeah, what kind of trains did they have in the Underground Railroad? Porsha dumb as a bag of rocks, but she fine. I love me that little dummy. But at the same time, she knew what she was coming for, my friends. Good to see everybody here. She knew what she was coming for. She was coming for, first of all, somebody's husband. Because when she started dating the boy, he was married to somebody. I made the mistake of saying to a friend of mine just a little while ago before I was prepping for the show. LMS, big ups to you. I was saying that she wasn't married, that he was about to get married, and the lady left him. But what I understand now is that he was actually married to another member of the show and was divorcing her, going through a separation. And she said, well, I'm not going to let this billionaire slip out of my fingers. And she went and took the woman's husband. So you went running for a woman's husband. You had 3 weddings. Porsha had 3 weddings. extravagant weddings. She was all booed up with this Nigerian brother, all booed up, living in his luxurious house, visiting Nigeria, living. I mean, Porsha was looking. I was like, oh Lord, Porsha out of reach now. Porsha done tasted the high life now. She out of reach. She ain't coming to live in my 1-bedroom apartment. I got to cross her off the list. I have my list. I told you about my list, right? I had Rihanna. I have Carrie Hilson. She's still on the list. And Porsha. I had to cross Porsha off the list, right? Rihanna be coming up and down, up and down. Every time she get into a relationship, I got to take her down. But Porsha was on the list. I had to take Porsha off the list. I was like, Porsha ain't coming back. After she done got a taste of Nigeria, rich Nigeria. Listen, there's rich. Anybody will tell you, and there's African rich. Nigerian rich is a different level of rich. Oh my goodness. You getting pedicures, and stuff in America. No, in Nigeria, you got one person for every toe. You got one person for every toe. Come on. Nigerian rich, African rich, they no joke, baby. That's different. I'm like, whew, once you get used to that, she ain't never coming back to Odell back over here. I had to get her off, I had to put her off the list. But now I put her back on there, but I know you kind of ratchet now. I don't trust you with all my hundreds of thousands. Now I can't trust you. I can't trust you. I can't trust you with my retirement check. No, because you just bailing out after 15 months? What happened to for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health? Whether you're a scammer or not, they should have put that in there. Until death do you part. Come on now. Somebody should have put that. Whether you're a scammer or you're not a scammer, you're married now, Porsha. You're married now. You got to stick with your African king. Listen, if your man is from another country, right? Let's use Africa. Somebody said something crazy. I was about to say. She said, if your man is from another country and you marry him and he doesn't have citizenship in your Western place where you're living, you have to be prepared that if he doesn't get citizenship, you got to go live with him wherever he came from. Right? Somebody said on my Facebook, oh, she ain't going to live up in Africa for him to cut her up the first time that she says something crazy. I'm like, ma'am, they don't eat Atlanta women in Africa. They don't eat them in Nigeria. No, that's not a delicacy. She ain't getting cut up for saying something crazy just because she's married to an African. What is wrong with black people? That was a black person who said that. She's hilarious, but what is wrong with black people? Y'all so scared of yourself. What is wrong with living the high life in Nigeria? This man, listen, I guess people think funny because you think the West is this beautiful place. Do you think that a Negro that rich getting deported from America, going back to Africa, African rich, do you think he's going to be living in any kind of way where he's going to be struggling? Absolutely not. Porsha should have went back there and lived in her African mansion and flew back and forth, have a little African life. That brother can go to Europe. That brother can go to Ghana. That brother can go to Ethiopia, Tanzania. He's seeing the real world. American visa, American citizenship. Who cares? His American money's still spending. His business is still making money. That brother's in oil. He's still making money in America. His little American citizenship. And don't be saying, oh man, maybe he got married to her so that she could sponsor him. Stop this. First of all, he was applying on his own. She didn't sponsor him. How you're a billionaire. You don't need nobody to sponsor you. For people who understand immigration, for most countries, if you own land, if you own a business, if you have a certain amount of money in America or any other G8 nation, you get citizenship pretty quick, right? He had some issues because of the misappropriation of names and things like that. He didn't clarify certain names on his documents, in his immigration documents. He was using the new name, and I guess he'll have to argue that and say, oh, I changed my name. I changed my name in Nigeria. And I'm sure he'll have documents in Nigeria saying this is his new legal name. New legal name changed. You can get that after the fact in Nigeria, no problem. So this guy is not, don't count this guy out yet. Porsche stupid. Porsche dumb to me. Because Nigerian billionaires don't come around every other. This is not coming to America, okay? I had another friend of mine, my boy Rodney. Rodney's like, he ain't no billionaire. He's out there scamming people out of their money. He's doing credit card scams. His businesses were fronts. Bro, you can't. No, listen, no. Not this guy's too much on the radar to do that. The receipts say he's in petroleum. That's what the receipts say. He's in the petroleum business. That's what the receipts say, and I'm going to believe the receipts, okay? Because some of y'all Negroes are so quick. You're so quick to support Donald Trump, that old bandit, that old KKK, generational member, that old racist, okay? You so quick to support Donald, but this brother here, you can't give him the benefit of the doubt. I said 1987 is when he was given his criminal charge. 87. So don't come to me talking about Porsha this and Portia's an old bandit. Portia's part of these new women. Bandit. And I bet you she's gonna try to figure out if she can get a piece of that petroleum money. But you know what, Porsha? I bet you your name on some of the bank accounts. I bet you put yourself on some of those bank accounts. That funny money was going to trace right back to you, baby. No wonder she ran for the hills. I'm sure he got your name somewhere. Come on now. Hello. Now, she was going straight to court. Talk to me more about that. Listen. I don't know what's going on with Black Love, man. Come on, man. Can anybody tell me if Black Love is real? Come on. Is everybody Porsha Williams and Lori Harvey? That's all we got out here now in these streets? Porsha Williams and Lori Harvey? And these brothers out here, all we got in the street is Common? Is it? How long is that vampire Common? If Common is not a Negro vampire, it doesn't exist. Common is the best lookingest. I know that's not a word. Is the best lookingest 75-year-old black man I've seen. Common cannot be a day less than 75. Common was 40 when I was 18. You know what I'm saying? Common was 40 when I was 18. I'm 50 now, and Common is still younger than me. Like, I don't understand. Common out here dating. He's dating Jennifer Hudson, you know, his beard probably. But Common had Erykah Badu, you know, Common had all kind of folk. And what's going on with Black Love? Speaking of Erykah Badu, is that girl still selling essence of her vajayjay? Is she still doing that? I saw Cameron. I know I'm all over the place today, but I heard a lot of news. I heard Cameron was talking about all the women all the women that he wanted. Cameron with his nobody wants himself, and saying that he ain't gonna mess with Erykah Badu because every time a man sleeps with him, he changes. Bro, you better understand that Erykah got that thing. Erykah Badu is what we looking for. Because I'm talking about Black Love. Erykah said that she is the essence of Black Love, and it pours out of her vajayjay, and you can buy some of that as a perfume. Lord have mercy. I ain't going there at all. I ain't going there with you, Erykah. I ain't going there. But I would hang out with Erykah. I would hang out and try to figure out what's really going on with Erykah. I don't know if I would wake up and know my name. You know, I'm pretty sure she's some kind of voodoo woman or Obia woman. You know, but I'd give it a shot. Praise the Lord. I might give it a shot. Erykah Badu, no, we're gonna leave Erykah alone. I'm okay. LMS, we okay. But it's just crazy to me that these couples that they go all the way, man. They go all the way, and they get us all wound up and churned up in their nonsense. They're married. Why go through the legal rigmarole to now have to undo it all? Why do that to yourself? Now I can see better. She was going straight to court with Jeannie Mae. Who's Jeannie Mae again? Is that the girl he was married to before? It's pretty. I know. Accountability is kryptonite. Predictable relationship. It's so predictable though. It's ridiculous. 15 months? My goodness. 15 months? I tell women all the time, listen, if we're arguing within 6 months of knowing each other, we just listen, let's just move this to the friend zone. Because you should not be in love, okay? And a relationship go from courtship to engagement to marriage to divorce in 15 months. There's not enough time for all that to happen. There's not enough time. How can all that happen? Not enough time. I don't care what your name is. Men can do this better than women. Women, you guys are a little different than us, but brother, think of the finest woman that you can think of right now. Just okay. Now imagine that woman just doing the most to make you happy. Imagine. She is just doing everything in her power and you are living in bliss. Now, fast forward 12 months and now you realize the woman's name is not the name that you thought it was. She had a different name. And her name is totally different, but she treated you like gold the entire time, bro. You divorcing that? You throwing her back in, saying, "Oh, I think this entire relationship was just built on deception." As long as that chick don't have a spare husband hanging around somewhere, as long as she's not giving the cookies away, you're gonna be like, "Well, what do I call you now?" Okay, well, shoot, okay, Broomhilda. I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter what it is. You just keep treating me right. The brother's money is not funny as far as I understand. He still probably got most of his money sitting around somewhere in Nigeria. America can't get it. He's not under arrest, right? He's not under arrest. He's not locked up somewhere. They deported him. They deported him to the motherland. Great. He's not in Antarctica. He's not on the moon. What is wrong with this woman? That she's thinking to herself, "Oh, well, I'm going back to the RHOA." You could have gone back to RHOA anyway. You don't have to file for divorce to do that, you big dummy. You just wanted a scandal to go back to? Come on. And you know what? This might even be just that. It might simply just be something so that she has some relevance in the show. She's going through a divorce now. But I hope the man gives she bun. I hope so. Go get, you know what you should go get, brother? Go get Jamal Bryant's wife. She fine. Jamal Bryant got no business leaving that woman on the street. Go get your Jamal Bryant's wife and leave what's her name alone there. Go jump over to the other housewife show and go get Jamal Bryant's fine wife and leave that big dummy over there sitting there talking about, "I'm divorcing my husband." Listen, if that girl gave Jamal Bryant about 100 chances, she gonna give you a chance. Hey, I might have to put her back on. Might have to put her on the list. What's her name again? I forget her name. Jamal Bryant's ex-wife. She's on the other. She's on the Housewives of Potomac. Giselle. Whew. Giselle bad. Bad. Oh my goodness. And Jamal Bryant got so many chances with Giselle and messed that up. They got some beautiful daughters. He a dummy. He a big dummy. Well, we know Jamal Bryant already. He a big dummy. But I think Porsha's going to regret it. I think so. I think she's going to regret it because the dust is going to settle. This brother is going to settle himself in. He's still going to be making his money. He's still going to be fine. He's still going to be rich. He's still going to have his big old house in Africa. Okay? And what you going to be? You're going to be washed up, used goods. And you know what? You Porsha Williams, some other dummy's going to come and scoop you up, but he's going to know now. He's going to know that you've got a 12-month expiry date on you. The first husband, you couldn't handle him, the football player. Was it a football player? You couldn't handle him, thought something was wrong with him, when he knew better than everybody something was wrong with you. He knew better than everybody. Didn't have no kids with you. Why aren't people having children with you, Porsha? What's going on? How come that? I'm surprised the Nigerian man did not put one in Porsha, did not breed up Porsha. I'm telling you right away. Nobody's putting babies in Porsha. What are they doing with this girl? And she said that the first husband didn't like to have sex. What's going on, Porsha? Is everything working okay over there? I mean, everything looks good from the outside, but we don't know what's going on. We don't really know what's going on. I don't know. Black love. Problematic. Let me see here. Yeah, man. I'm so heartbroken when I see these kind of things happen, man. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Because I just feel that it's so hard to see real black couples like even getting together, right? I tried for 15 seconds to watch Basketball Wives of Orlando. I tried. I really did. I tried. I couldn't watch that stupidness. I got to the point where I saw Tony Schnell and his wife, and I couldn't watch it after that. Have you seen what Tony Schnell looked like? Tony Schnell make Dennis Rodman look like Denzel Washington. Tony Schnell looked like warmed up death. I'm sorry, Tony. You rich and you tall, but you ugly, boy. And his wife, I don't know what made that woman. Well, we know it's money, but Tony Snell about 6'11", and he's not much of a basketball player. I saw there was a game that they posted his stats: 30 minutes, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals. I think they call him quintuplet zero, like Agent Zero or something crazy. And apparently Tony Snell is autistic. He's an autistic basketball player. Now, the autism part I'm not going to make fun of course, and I understand he has a diagnosis of autism, but autism don't make you ugly. Autism just is a neurological thing. But he ugly as sin. And this woman looked in Tony Snell's eyes like she was looking at Prince Charming. I was finished. I was like, nah, I'm done. I ain't doing this no more. Everybody on that show is there for the bag. These guys are stupid. They're so dumb. They're marrying girls there's nothing wrong with going out and getting themselves a baddie. Everybody wants a baddie in their life. But when you know these girls are coming for your check, and there's nothing else about it, they're coming for your check, and you still marrying these short-term taxation issues, that's what you have it. They're taxes to your life, man. But to Tony Schnell's credit, his marriage is intact. His wife is a baller. She said she was a baller before she met Tony, and she's a baller now, and she's doing her thing, but I couldn't watch that. Man. If I woke up and I saw Tony Schnell in my face, boy, I would have a heart attack. Tony Schnell, I'm sorry. Tony Schnell, boy. Tony Schnell looked like if he was in The Walking Dead, he wouldn't need no makeup. just like, oh Tony, we don't need no makeup for you. Just get on out there and put your arms out. Just that brother looked like a Negro zombie. Oh my gosh! I'm like, oh Lord have mercy. And you know the funniest thing is, the ugliest people make the prettiest children. They got some beautiful children. But Tony Schnell ugly as heck. But thank God. God made him rich. God made him rich, made him be able to play basketball, get into the NBA. He ain't much of an NBA basketball player, but he made his money. I think Tony Schnell made at least $50 million by now. Asking for some ridiculous extension ain't gonna happen. I don't think next year's gonna see Tony Schnell in the league. I don't know who would pay him to be in the league, but he's already made his money. And apparently, this is what it was. That he needed somebody to pick up his option so he qualified for his NBA pension. That was what it was. They needed somebody to give him one more contract, right? And I think they should do that for Tony. Come on, man. He's been around for a while, but he already made his money. Just because he's ugly doesn't mean he doesn't deserve a living. Come on now. So, I couldn't watch it, though. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. It was bad. It was bad. I was like, listen, I want to see something authentic here. Like, I don't understand. And I feel sorry. I really feel sorry for these NBA players and other professional athletes. But really to these guys who, you don't know if the person loves you for you or they love you for your money. You know? I mean, I am blessed to understand that if somebody loves me, it is not for my money. Amen. Amen. It's not for all the money I have. They definitely don't love me for my money. But these guys don't know. They don't have a clue. And with the black community being what it is, our visual leadership, our professional athletes and other stars, other individuals who perpetuated themselves or put themselves or have been put on a platform as a star, and we're watching them. And many of us are evaluating our relationships and our potential relationships based on what they are accepting and not accepting. And it's crazy to me that a woman could marry a successful person who has holes in his life. He's got wrecks like anybody else. Nobody's life is going to be pristine and iron. There's going to be a few wrinkles, a few potholes somewhere. Some stuff is going to be messy. Come on. But you would think that you have the wherewithal to last longer than 15 months. And if you're getting divorced in 15 months, what type of vetting process did you do to understand what you were getting into? Were you just worried about spending out this poor guy's money? But then when you found out more about him personally, which you should have done anyway before you said I do, that now you're just jumping ship after jumping the broom? Mm-mm. This looks terrible to me. It looks absolutely terrible. And I hate it. I hate it that it's our sisters that are leading the charge for this nonsense. And it just goes to show you that, secularity and the world, it's all the same mess. It's all the same nonsense. It's all really the same nonsense. And, I know people want me to say, you got to find yourself a good God-fearing woman. But brother, you got to do even more than that. Okay? You got to find a woman who doesn't just respect God, but respects you. You got to find a woman who has the capacity to look at the real versions of you and accept them in all of your brokenness, because church women leave faster than world women. You know that? All you religious folks are leaving at 70% of y'all can't stay married, and it's the same ladies that are saying I'm done, I'm finished with this. And what is it? Are we not producing men that have the caliber of they don't have the level of integrity to stay married? I don't know, but it's the men are trying to stay married, and the ladies are saying not interested. And it's our community that's leading the charge. I said it before. We're leading the charge in blended families, right? Meaning that we're having children, and then very soon we're leaving those families and bringing another person in to be a step parent. And we're just creating all these broken families, all these broken images of what black families and black love looks like. And they're going to drag this thing. They're going to drag this thing up and down, up and down. And we're the most judgmental. I was upset with you, Rodney. I'm going to share this so you can see me, Rodney. I was upset that you called the brother a scammer and everything before you had the receipts. No, man. Listen, you know what I'm going to always do? I'm always going to give the black man a benefit of the doubt. If you people of melanin persuasion, and I wanted to do a video on this one too. My video, this is what the video was supposed to be for today. Where are all you blacks that support Donald Trump? What's wrong with you? If you're giving Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt, you're saying, well, I don't like what Biden's doing, so I'm going to vote for Trump. You just as dumb, because you're just picking up the leftovers. You're picking up the leftovers. Yes, I called you dumb because, listen, if this guy is a generational KKK member, right? Oh, that's not true. His dad was never in the KKK. Well, the receipts don't say that. The receipts say that his father was in the KKK. Trump spoke to it. Oh, that's ridiculous. It's not true. Okay, Donald. We know the Central Park. Was it Central Park 6? We know about that, Donald. We understand that. We know that you're a slum landlord. That's how you made your money, as a slum landlord, right? Dealing with lower privileged individuals, Donald. Come on, we know that you you spent your time undermining Barack Obama and challenging his the birther scandal, and saying that you're the best president for black people and all this other nonsense, while at the very same time white supremacists line up behind you, Nazis endorse you, David Duke cannot stop singing your praises, and you'll say, well, I disavow it. I just, oh, David Duke likes me. I don't even know who he is. Lies. You know who David Duke is. You're a liar. Come on. And you guys are just eating up Donald Trump. Why? Because, and this is the thing about the black American, which I really wish you would stop. Just because somebody is an outsider, and I know that you know that you're an outsider, but just because somebody else is an outsider doesn't mean he's on your side. And therefore, you should not necessarily levitate to the outsider simply because he's outside. Because just because he's outside doesn't mean he's in for you. Doesn't mean he's pulling you into his situation. Come on now. Come on. I mean, you can see, in my opinion, the real Donald Trump, because what's going on with Donald and Candace Owens? Candace and Donald should be walking hand in hand to the doggone White House. I hear, and I don't know if the news are correct, but I hear that they're thinking within a month that Donald would have sealed up the Republican nomination. I don't know how. I don't know how it's going to happen. I was going to have a conversation too about Fannie and her stuff too. That's just very messy too. I don't even want to talk about that right now. I want to see whenever that all settles. She's not on trial, so bringing that up is another scenario. But I want to see if Donald Trump does really secure the Republican nomination, who is going to be his running mate? The best running mate that Donald could put up there to show me and to quiet people like me down, people that think he's a bigoted capitalist that cares only about himself, a narcissistic pariah, a pimple on the back of modern civilization. That's what I think of Donald. Go get Candace Owens as your running partner, as your running mate. She's smarter than you. She's smarter than you, so you're gonna at least have somebody who has some talking points. But go get Candace. Go run over there and get Candace Owens. Bring her nappy head over here, and her white husband and her mulatto children. Bring her over here. Let her run with you. Isn't that the American dream right over there? But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen at all. And what I've been watching, what I've been observing, little by little, I've been seeing it. I've been seeing Candace move more centrist than leaning to the white right where she was before. I've seen her levitate back to the middle a little bit. Interesting. There's no love happening over there with the Republicans, Candace. You're not getting the love that you thought you were going to get, young lady. I know the Candace Owens type. Candace Owens is the type of people that, you're a black Republican until something goes wrong. Then you just want to be black again. I know you. I see you coming from a long way off, Candace. But Donald, go over there and do that. But all you black people who are just all gung-ho for Donald Trump, my goodness, go find yourself an independent black man or woman, somebody who's really got all of your issues in hand, and put your weight behind that. An independent, put your weight behind that instead of just running back to the plantation of the GOP and these other dummies. So, anyways, I was talking about black love, and I was talking about how it's very important for us to have proper symbols, proper representation, and giving a black man the benefit of the doggone doubt. That's how I brought in Donald. See, I tied that back in together. No notes. Tied that back in together. I'm going to give Simon Guobadia the benefit of the doggone doubt. And Porsha, you should have done the same doggone thing too. 15 months after all the money he done spent, I hope he sues you. I hope he gets every one of those Real Housewife contracts to get his ring money back, to get his wedding money back. I hope he sues the bejeebus. I hope he sues the panty off you. That's what I hope he does. And gets all of that money back. You going back there to your old life again after this man just spent a bag whining and dining you and you run into the hills? Nah, baby. I hope he goes and even gets the fake hair off your head. That's what I hope he gets. I hope he sues you till the caps on your teeth gotta come off. That's what I hope. That's what I want him to do. Because I just think it's ridiculous. And it just reinforces this parachuting mindset of black women in relationships. You just parachute out. It's looking kind of tough on this plane. I'm just going to parachute out. No, baby, you got married. Stick with it. You stole somebody's husband, right? Smiled all the way to Africa, had 3 weddings. Now it's a little tough. Now you got a little heat in the kitchen and you bailing out? No. I hope he sues her for breach of trust. I hope he sues her for breach of contract. I hope he gets all of his money back. And I hope he puts a lien on all them checks coming her way. And I hope everybody learns a very good lesson that you gotta look before you leap. Gotta look before you leap. And yeah, he had some issues, but come on now. How many of you are married to people with criminal records? Give me a break. Lots of y'all dating people with spotted records right now. You telling me this guy's little felony credit card fraud charge is a big deal to some of y'all ladies? Come on, stop this. Y'all would date a scammer in a minute if all that scamming money was coming to you. In a New York second, if all that funny money was making sure your babies and your life was nice, you would ask no questions. Oh, baby, can you think we can get that new Lexus next month? Oh, come on, baby, you know I got you. You ain't asking no doggone questions. And so when now the rubber hits the road and all hell breaks loose, you're like, I had no idea. Oh my goodness, I can't put up with this. This is crazy. I can't be involved with this. Don't try it. Anyway, this is Big Dell. This is the real spiel. That's what I wanted to talk about. Black love, do you exist? I hope so. Let me see what you guys got to say before I get out of here. I'm going to my favorite car wash. Yeah, I wash my car every day. Why not? Go to my favorite car wash and get myself a little car wash here. But let me see if you guys have any commentary, and then I'll let you enjoy the rest of your Friday. Okay? I got to take a look when I stop here, so I want to be safe. Here we go. God bless you too. Cornell West. Yeah, man. Put your money with Cornell. Now Cornell, I like him. In closing, but I think Cornell, he jumped so fast. I believe he's with the Green Party now. He jumped. There was another party he was with, and he realized he's not going to get on most of the ballots in America, so he's just wasting his time. And then he jumped on the Green Party. I wish he would have thought that out a little better. That's the only thing. That's my only criticism for Cornell. What did I want to say about him also? I feel Dr. West sometimes, I feel he doesn't pick a lane sometimes. And I would like to see him be more clear on particular subjects. Some things he's very clear about. He's a very nice man. Christian values and things like that. But I think he just should have. I think he should have used his head. This is what I wanted to say. Do you know how much it cost to run for president? My understanding, it's somewhere around $11 billion to run for president. It's not a little bit of money. They've made it so that you've got to have bank to run for president. This is why you've got these dominant party systems with these great financial engines of fundraising, being able to do these things. But it's going to cost about $11 billion to run for president. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five. So Dr. Cornel West, is going to need more than just the platitudes of his great vernacular and his wisdom. He gonna need some money, people. And but once the American black person decides that we are going to invest collectively on our candidate, $11 billion ain't gonna be no issue. Ain't gonna be no problem. Okay? Black love. God bless you. Bye-bye.